Hello everyone. So in today's lecture, we will learn about the Android Studio Debugger. Uh, Android Studio Debugger means debugging an app through the Android Studio SDK Manager. Okay, and also how to run the debugger and how actually debugger works. Okay, so after learning this chapter, you will learn about the Android Studio debugger and how it's running the debugger. So let's start from the Android Studio debugger. So debugging is the process of finding and fixing error, that is bug. Okay, or expected behavior of unexpected behavior in the code. So all code has bug. All code has a bug from incorrect behavior in the app. So uh, to be to behavior that extensively consume memory of a network resource to actual app finalizing or crashing. So bug can be result of many reasons. First reason is maybe error in the design and implementation. Second reason may be Android framework installation. Or third reason is missing requirement or assumption for how the app should work. And also it also and so these are some following reason through which actually errors or bug may be happen in the code. So use the debugging and testing and use the debugging testing and profile capabilities in the Android Studio to help you uh, reproduce and find and resolve all these problems. So these capability include the Android monitor, that is Logcat, and Android Studio debugger testing frameworks such as JUnit or Espresso, or Delvik debug monitor server, that is DDMS, or trace resource uses. So uh, in this lesson we will mostly learn about the how we debug a app with Android Studio debugger and set the view breakpoint, and also steps through the code and executive variables. So first let's understand running the debugger. So running an app in debug mode is similar to just running that app. So we can either run an app in a debug mode or attach the debug to an already running app. So run your app in a debug mode. To start debugging, just click this debug item. Okay. See here in the uh, PPT, I'm showing you the icon. This is the icon. Okay, this is the icon for the debug. So start debugging. Just click the debug icon in the toolbar. Android Studio Debug and APK, and sign in with the debug key and install it on your selected device, and then run it as and open the debug window. So debug a running app. If your app is already running on a device or an emulator, start debugging that app with these steps. First select the run, and then just click the attach debugger to Android process, or click the attach icon in the toolbar. And so see guys, this is an attach icon. Okay, so just click the attach icon in the toolbar, and then in the choose process dialog, select the process to which you want to attach the debugger. By default, the debugger show the device and app process for the current project as well as many connected hardware device or a virtual device in your computer. Select show all the process. Select all the process to show um, all process in the device, and after that just click ok and click ok. The debugger window appear as a before. Okay, as a before means this window you will see. Okay, this window you will see. Um Next is resume or stop debugging. To resume execution an app after debugging, if select run and then click on the resume process or click the resume icon. This one is a this green one icon. This one is a resume icon. Okay. So to stop debugging your app, then select the run and then click on the stop or click on the stop icon to the debugger tool. This is a stop icon. Okay, this red one is a stop icon. Okay. Using a breakpoint, we can also do this through using a breakpoint. Okay, a breakpoint is a place in your code where you want to pause the normal execution to your app. Okay, to perform other actions such as examine variables or evaluation expression. So or executing your app code line by line to determine the cause of runtime error. So for that, add breakpoint. For adding a breakpoint, you need to do of some following. You need to do some following steps. So to add breakpoint to a line of code, you need to use these steps. In a first step, locate the line of code where you want to pause execution, and then click the click the lift glitter of the editor window at the line and then next to the line number. So a red dot appear at the line indicating a breakpoint. And you can also use a run button, and after that when you select a run button, inside the run button you will see a toggle line breakpoint. Just click on that, or you can or you can control F8 command through the in a OS X. So to set a breakpoint at the line, you to set the uh, breakpoint at the line. If your app is already running, you don't need to update and add the breakpoint. So when your code execution reaches the breakpoint, Android Studio passes execution in the app, and we can use the tool in an Android debugger to view the state of app and debug the app as it run. Okay. Next, how we can view and configure the breakpoint. So to view all the breakpoint, you have set the you have set and configure breakpoint setting, and click the view click the view breakpoint icon on the left edge. Okay, on the left edge. Okay, and debugger window, the breakpoint window appears. Okay, the breakpoint window appears. So you can see that. See, there is a red dot. There is a red dot when you see in your code. That means that between that red code, your breakpoint is actually adding. Okay. So in the window, all the breakpoints you have set appear in the left pane, and you can enable disable each breakpoint with the check boxes. So a breakpoint is disabled. Android Studio does not pause your app when execution reaches the breakpoint, and select the breakpoint for the list of configuration its setting, and you can configure a breakpoint to the uh, disabled at the first and have the system enables. Okay, so it after a different breakpoint is encounter. You can also configure whether a breakpoint should be disabled after it has been reached. So to set breakpoint to your exception, select exception breakpoint in the list of breakpoints. Okay, now we can disable or mute all the breakpoints, and disabling a breakpoint enable you to temporarily mute that breakpoint with that the breakpoint without removing it from your code. It If you remove a breakpoint all altogether, you also lose any condition or other feature you create or the breakpoint. So disabling it can be a better choice. Okay, so to mute all the breakpoint, click the mute breakpoint icon and click icon again to enable all the breakpoints. Then use the conditional breakpoint. Conditional breakpoint are a breakpoint that only stop execution in your app if the test in condition is true. So to define a test for conditional breakpoint, use the steps that right click on the breakpoint icon, and uh, either the either the test condition failed. Okay, so you can also use the breakpoint window to enter the breakpoint conditions. So the the test you enter in the field can be any Java expansion, as long as it return a boolean value. So you can use variable name from the app as a part of execution, and then run your app in the debug mode, and execution and your app stop at the condition breakpoint if the condition evaluation to true. So point is next we can stepping through the code. Okay, so after the app execution has stopped because a breakpoint has been reached, you can execute your code from the point one line at the time with the stop over. So step into the stop out function, and to use any of the step function first um, to use any of the step function first step you have to being debug your app, and then pause the execution to your app with a breakpoint, and then your app execution stops, and the debugger show the current state of app. So the current line of highlighted in your code, your just click the code over icon. Okay, and then select run, and just click on the step over icon. Okay, so step over execution execute the next line of the code in the current class of method. So executing all the method call on the line, and measuring the same file. So just click the step into icon. Guys, see, this is a step into icon. Okay, so just click the step into icon and select run step into, and just type, or you can just type F7. So step into jump into the execution of the method call on the current line. The frame view update to show the view stack frame if the method call is contained in the another class. So the file for that class is opened, and the current line of that file is highlighted, so we can continue stopping over the line in this new method call. So to step method call or step deeper into the one method, so just click on the step out icon. Just click on the step out icon, uh, and then select the run button. Uh, and inside the run button, you will see a step out icon. So just click on that, or either you can type shift plus F8. So step out finishing execution, executing the current method, and return to the point where the method was called. So to return the normal execution of a step, firstly select the run button, and inside the run button you will see a program. Just click on that, or either you can click directly resume icon. This green one icon is a resume icon, so you directly click this icon. Next one is a viewing execution stack frame. So the frame view of the debugger window allow you to inspect the execution stack, and the specific frame that specific frame that the cow's current breakpoint to be reached. Okay. So the execution stack, so all the all the classes and method that being executed up to this point. So in the app, in the reserve order, as execution of the particular frame finished. Okay, so the frame is popped from the stack, and execution returned to the next line. Mm, and click the line for the frame in the click the line for the frame in the frames view open, and associated source in the editor, and where and highlight the lines where the frame was initially executed. Okay, as execution of the particular frame finished, that frame is popped from the stack, and execution returned to the next frame. So just click on the line from frame in the frame view, and just open the associated source in the editor, and highlight the line where the frame was initially executed. So the variable and watches view also update the reflected, and the state of execution environment when the frame was last entered. So for inspecting and modifying the variable, you need to just click on the variable view in the debugger window, and allow you to inspect the variable available into the current stack. So frame when the system stop the app on the breakpoint, variable that hold the object or collection of such array can be expected to the view their components, and the variable pane also allow you to evaluate expression on the fly using static method and or variable available in the selected frame. So guys, for understanding the running the understanding running the debugger, you need to just you just need to start the debug or click the debug icon in the toolbar, and then Android Studio built an APK, and sign it with the debug key and install it in your selected device, and then run it into the open debugger window. Okay, in this window. Okay, you can see here in this example, you can see here, this is a debug window. Okay, this is a debugger window. Okay, so debugging a running app. If app is already running on the device or emulator, the start debugging the app with these steps. By clicking the run button, just select the attach debugger to Android process or click the attach icon on the toolbar, and choose the and then choose inside that, just choose the process dialog. Okay, choose process dialog. Select the process to which you want to attach the debugger. By default, the debugger show the device and app process for the current project. So as well as any connected hardware device and a virtual device on your computer. Select show all process to show the all process of all the device. So just click on the OK, and then check that the and then you can see the debug window appear as before. So resume the steps debugging. To resume executing app after debugging it, just select the run button and then just click on the resume process, or you can directly click on the resume icon. Okay, that you can directly click the resume icon, and stop debugging on your app. Select and then select run, and inside the run you will see the stop. Just click on the stop button, or directly you can click the stop icon in the toolbar. So by using a breakpoint you can also debug your app. So for that you just need to you just add the breakpoint to line in your code. So use this step first. You have to locate the line of code where where you want to pause execution. So click the left guitar of the edition window, and at the line just click on the next to the line number. A red dot appear at the line including the breakpoint. So you can also run toggle line breakpoint, or click on the control F8, right, to set the breakpoint at the line. You can click. If your app already running, you don't need to update the add breakpoint. So guys, when your code execution reach the breakpoint, Android Studio pauses execution to your app. So you can then use the tool to the Android debugger in the debugger to view the state of the app and debug the app as it run. So view and configure breakpoint. To view all the breakpoint you have set your configure breakpoint setting. Just click on the view breakpoint icon. to left edges of the to left edges of the debugger window, and by breakpoint window you that appear here. Okay, so in the windows, all the breakpoint we have you have appear on the left pane, uh, uh, left pane, and you can enable or disable each breakpoint with the checkbox. So if the breakpoint is disabled, just click on the Android Studio does not pause your app when execution reaches that breakpoint. Okay, so select and breakpoint from the list of configure its setting, and you can configure a breakpoint to be disabled the first and have the system enable it after different breakpoint to encounter. You can also configure whether the breakpoint should be disable after it has been reached. So to set breakpoint for any exception, just select the exception breakpoint in the list of breakpoint. Okay, now just disable the disabling a breakpoint enable you to temporarily mute that breakpoint without removing it your in it your in it your code. So you can also remove a breakpoint together breakpoint um, altogether. You also lose any condition and or any other feature you can create them. Okay, so the breakpoint disabling it can be better choice. And guys, to mute all the breakpoint, just click the mute breakpoint icon, and click the icon again to enable all the breakpoints. Okay, so to use conditional breakpoint, uh, just click on the uh, click on the conditional breakpoint at the breakpoint, then they only stop execution of your app if the test in the condition is true. So to define a test in the conditional breakpoint, to use the step, just right click all the breakpoints icon, and enter a test in the condition field. Okay, so you can also use the breakpoint window enter breakpoint conditions. Okay, so the test you enter the field can the so the test you enter in the field can any Java expression as the long as it return the boolean value. So you can use variables name from your app as a part of expression. So run your app and debug mode and execution of your app stop at the conditional breakpoint breakpoint conditional breakpoint if the conditional evaluate to true. So guys, how there are some steps through code. Even after you appear execution has a stop because the breakpoint has been reached, so you can execute your code from the one line at a time with the step over or step into or step out function. Okay, so these three function are given for that once you reach to the breakpoint condition. So being a debugging your app, just pause the execution of your app with a breakpoint, and then your app execution stop and debug and the debugger show the current state of your app. So the current line is highlighted in your code, and then just click on the step over icon, and for that just select the run button and then click step over. Then just click the step over icon. So a step over execute the next line of a code in the current class of method, and executing all the methods class executing it's once you click on the uh, step over execute all the next line of your code, and then current class of the method, executing all the method calls on that line are uh, are remaining in the same file. So just click the step into icon, and then select the step into and then select the step into icon. Okay, step into icon. So set step just jump so the step just jumps into the execution of the method calls on the on the current line on the current line and the frame view update the and update to show the new stack frame if the method calls is contained in the other classes. So the files for the classes is opened at the current lines, and in the files is highlighted. So you can continue stopping over line in the new method calls, or a step deeper into the other method. So click the step out icon, and by clicking the run button, and once you click the run button, you will see a tab name that is step out. Just click on that. So step out finishes execution the current method, and return the point where the method was called. Okay. So to resume normal execution of the app, then select the run button and resume program, and then just click on the resume icon. Okay. Next point is the frame window. The frame window of the debugger window allow you to inspect the execution stack and the specific frame of that cows the current breakpoint through to be reached. Okay, so the execution stack show all the classes and method that are being executed up to the point in the app. So in a reverse order, as the execution of a particular frame finish, the frame is popped from the stack and execution refer to the next line. Okay, so clicking the line for frame in the clicking the frame into the frames with the open and associated source in the editor, and it highlight the line where the frames was initially executed. So the visible and watch view also update to reflect and state the execution environment, and that the frame was last entered. So inspecting and modifying variables, the variables view of the debugger window allow you to inspect all the variables available at the current stack from the system stop and app on the breakpoint. So variable that hold object or collection such as array can expand to view other components. So variable pen also allow you to evaluate expression on the fly using static method and or variable method. within the selected frame. So in the variable view is not visible. The Just click the restore variable on a just click on the restore variable view icon. Okay, so just to modify variable in the app, you need to just click any variable in the variable view, and then just select the select set value. So you can enter a new value for the variable and just return. So the value you enter must be appropriate type and the variable, or Android Studio return the type mismatch error. So setting watches your watches view provides similar function to the variable view. Expect the expression added to watches pan and persist between debugging session. So add watches to the variable and just fill the access frequency to provide state that helps you to current debugging session. So to use watches, just begin debugging your app, and then in the watches pane just click a plus button in the text box that appear. Type the name and the variable or expression you want to watch, and then just pass enter, and then remove item from the watches it was selected, and then item on the click minus button. Just change the order of elements in the watch it by selecting an item and clicking the up or down icon. So by the evaluation expression to explore the state variable and the object in app, including call method or those object to evaluate an expression. So click the evaluation expression icon, just select the run button, and then click evaluate expression. So you can get a right click on any variable. Okay, you can get a right click on any variable, and just choose the variable expression, and evaluate expression window appear. So first enter any expression into the expression window, and click evaluate. So evaluate expression window update with the result and the execution. So note that the result you get an evaluating an expression based on the app current state. So debugging on the value of the variable in your app at the time you evaluate expression. So you may get a different result changing the value in variable or in expression, also change the current running state of the app. So Android Studio and the Android SDK include the number of other tools to help you to find a current issue in the code, and this tool includes system log, that is logcat. So you can also learn in this section that you can use a log class to send a message to send message to Android system log. So the view those message and Android Studio, you just write the log message and into the code and just click on the use the log classes, and just click on the to use log classes. This log message help you to understand and execute flow of collecting the system debug output while you interact with your app. So log message can tell you what part of your application failed. Okay, so for more information about logging, uh, we will discuss later, but firstly trace and firstly understand what is tracing and logging. So analyzing trace allow you to see how much time spent in the certain method, and which one are taking a longest time. So to create the trace file, include the debug class. You can call one or start tracing method. So in the call, you just specify the base name of the trace, and in your same system generate stop and tracing call stop method tracing. So the method start and stop method tracing action, the entire value matching. For example, you could also start method tracing in the activity method. So you can call stop method tracing method in the activity on destroy method. So Android debug bridge is a command line tool for the lets you to communicate with the emulator instance or connected Android power device. And the Delvik debug monitor server, that is DDSM tool, provide port providing service, screen capture thread and uh, heap information. So locate process and radio state information, incoming call and SMS spoofing, and location data and spoofing and more. So CPU and memory monitors. uh, Android Studio include number of monitors to help you visualize the behavior and performance in your app. Next, guys, you can learn this topic, that is debugging your Android debugging your app through the Android Studio. You can learn from this programming cookbook. After learning this lesson, just do this homework. Okay, guys. So for today's, we learn about the debugging and through by using a two tools. That is one directly through the debugging tools and one by using a breakpoint. So, guys, tomorrow we will learn further topics of debugging, Android debugging. Okay.